Hello guys, hope everybody will be fine. In this video lecture, I would like to guide you for plinth beam. What is plinth beam? Why we construct plinth beam in building construction, if that is residential building or commercial building. What is the purpose of plinth beam? Now what should be the size of plinth beam? How much steel is required for plinth beam? So this is the topic for today, and I would like to guide you for basic information about plinth beam. As you know, plinth beam is the important part of building. Suppose here this is foundation or footing. Okay, this is foundation. On the top of this is column. This is also column. These columns are connected by a beam which is called plinth beam. This is plinth beam, that one. Okay, so the plinth beam is constructed on the top of the sometime plinth level or on the top of ground level to connect the columns with each other. Okay, so this is called plinth beam. So first of all, what should be the size of plinth beam? For normal residential building, the size of the plinth beam should not be less than 9 by 12 inches, or you can say is equal 225 by 300 millimeter. This is size of beam. Okay, size. Remember guys, the depth of the beam should be greater than its width. How? As you can see here, this is plinth beam where the depth is 12 inches and width is 9 inches. This size you can use for normal residential building up to 3-story. It means G plus 2-story, but I am recommending you guys use up to 2-story. This is size of plinth beam. Now let me guide you for steel reinforcement. Up to 2-story, you can use here 3 numbers of steel rods at the bottom portion and 2 in upper portion. Upper portion is called compression zone and bottom portion is called tension zone. As I discussed in many videos, that concrete, because it's made of concrete, cement, sand and aggregate plus water, it made of concrete. So here the tension, in tension we are using 3 numbers of bars, 1 2 3 numbers, and here 1 and 2. Why we used here 3 numbers of steel rods? Because concrete is weak in tension, so therefore we provided 3 numbers of bars. And it's strong, concrete is strong in compression, so therefore we provided 2 numbers of steel rods. So the dia of bottom bars and upper portion bars should not be less than 12 millimeter, if that is bottom bar or top bar. This is plinth beam steel reinforcement. Okay, next guys, why it is required to construct in building construction? As I told you before, if you are providing, because this is footing, this one is also footing. If you are not making the construction of plinth beam, so how we can connect these 2 columns with each other? So when the load comes on the top of this, suppose here we are providing the slab. Okay, so this is RCC slab. Okay, this is RCC slab. So say this is slab. So when the load comes on the top of the RCC slab, here we are also providing top beam or floor beam Here you can also provide floor beam. Okay, this is called floor beam. So it transfer the load to the columns, and columns transfer the load to the this plinth beam. So plinth beam is distributing the load, okay, by one side or another side. Or so when during earthquake time, etc., okay, it's making vibration. So during vibration, they already connected with each other, so therefore it cannot be collapsed. These columns also, okay, we don't have more chances of collapse for these columns. That's why, because this is a kind of monolithic. Okay, so therefore the plinth beam is required to construct in building construction, because when the load comes on the top of this plinth beam, it distributes some load to this side and some keep on this side like this. So when the load comes, so like this, so other side, and this is the other side, so it transfer to the footing transfer the load to the foundation or soil level. Okay, so this is very important. Now the size should not be less than this. Inside steel reinforcement should not be less than this. Next, guys, used here, use M20 grade concrete. For what? For plinth beam. Which ratio is 1:1.5:3. 1 part cement, 1.5 parts sand, and 3 parts aggregate. And remember here, guys, we are providing also stirrups. So the stirrup dia should not be less than 8 millimeter. Okay, for stirrups with the spacing of 150 mm C/C, or you can say 6 inches center to center. This is also very important. And here let me make the stirrup. So guys, you can see this is stirrup, and these are hooks, and this is the outer side, which is concrete cover, this one. So here inside this we have steel reinforcement 1 2 3 1 2. So here the dia of this stirrup should not be less than 8 millimeter. For normal residential building up to 2-story G+1 with the spacing of 150 mm or 6 inches center to center. Let me make its section, long section. So this is its long section. These are stirrups. Okay, the concrete cover you can keep up to 25 to 40 millimeter, or from 1 to 1.5 inches. So this is CC, concrete cover. So guys, these are some basic information related plinth beam. But remember one thing more, these hooks should be bent on 135 degree. Don't use on 90 degree, otherwise it can be open during earthquake, etc. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Goodbye.